This is Roth and Jenna here to defend Tony Stark against Bruce Wayne, saying Iron Man's more likely to get laid at a party than the Dark Knight. Will they make big whoopee over the competition, or will it be whoopsie-daisy for the two ladies? Meet their competition, Riley and Claire. They think Bruce Wayne is the clear favorite to get laid versus Tony Stark, saying Stark's drinking ways would do him in with any lady.
Greetings, my brave buccaneers. This is your beloved Generalissimo Stanley once more, with a question that I'm not sure that I'm the right person to have an answer to this one. Billionaire Bruce Wayne is the DC superhero who disguises himself as Batman protecting Gotham City, all while fighting the scum of the city. Orphaned as a young boy who took over the family business, Bruce Wayne has a dark, shy, and brooding charm that could drive any lady crazy. Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, on the other hand, is Mr. Life of the Party, and also a billionaire. His intelligence in all areas of physics, computer science, and mathematics are only matched by his charm and quick wit. But make no mistake, his on-again, off-again relationship with a wagon and his rocky relationship history could make him a difficult and unpredictable man to take down. Who would the hottest girl there want to date, Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne? But don't ask me. Luckily, we have some lovely women in the FanWars court right now, and I will leave it to them and to the Right Honorable Judge Jace Hall to render this world-shattering decision.
All rise. FanWars are now in session. The Honorable Jace Hall presiding.
Please be seated. I'd like to thank you all for coming to the FanWars courtroom today. I want to start by introducing our celebrity jury panel. We have Brian Thompson the Wise. We have Sandeep Parikh. And we have Chris Judd. Thank you, gentlemen. Now, let us start with Claire and Riley.
Today, Riley and I are arguing for the case of Bruce Wayne, and we would like to start by saying that Bruce Wayne has been known his entire life by the majority of the population of the world. He comes from a very rich and well-known family that has been in charge of weapons for the United States for as far back as this country can possibly remember. He has always been charming. He has always been mysterious. And his parents died in front of him when he was a child, making him a celebrity known to every human being in the world, and thus very attractive to women everywhere. Riley?
At the age of 34, Bruce Wayne has an entire empire. He is very handsome. He's in shape. He strives for physical and mental perfection in everything that he does. He has never lost his fortune or had to rebuild his company from the ground up. Because he isn't a superhero, he doesn't have any superpowers, he has to work very, very, very hard for everything he has, which doesn't make him entitled or ungrateful.
Is that it?
Yes.
All right, ladies, please present your case.
Gentlemen of the jury, we're here to argue on behalf of Tony Stark, and the fact of the matter is that Tony Stark is in fact everything that Bruce Wayne wishes that he was. More than that, Bruce Wayne is putting on a facade. He actually doesn't care about being a playboy. Matter of fact, he goes out of his way to come across as the douchebag of the DC universe. Tony Stark is a real playboy. He is the Howard Hughes without the crazy. He is the living embodiment of the man's man about town, man every woman wants, and man every man wants to be. He is the man that is committed to getting the date that night. You get what you work for. Do you know where Bruce Wayne is? He's out pouting in a corner with his 13-year-old boy.
First of all, he was based on Howard Hughes. He's an incredible ladies' man. He could actually hook you up with Thor. Just saying. He can fly. He can take you through. He can take you out for a little jaunt.
Yeah, and I have a quote from Stan Lee. He said, of all the comic books we publish at Marvel, we get more fan mail for Iron Man from women. Absolutely the most popular character with women.
Okay, are you finished with your argument?
Yes.
We're now going to turn this over to the jury panel. So, jury panel, please, as you will.
I have a question for the Tony Stark team. Tony Stark is known to drink, partake in maybe drinking a lot. What about Whiskey Dick?
I have 2 words for you. She-Hulk. This man can take on She-Hulk. He's a baller everywhere. In a fight, in bed, everywhere. There's no holding back for Tony. And he hasn't let his struggles make him a bitter man like some people.
Mr. Wayne's parents died at an early age, and this often leaves quite an emotional hole in the universe of a person's character. Why are you seeing that as a desirable feature in a prospective date?
Women like dark men, broody men, men that have dark pasts. They want somebody that they feel like they can fix.
Opposite Tony Stark, who has never actually done anything to physically improve himself without his suit, he's not that helpful at all. He has no physical combat training.
Okay, time. We have to move it along. I would ask now that you go to deliberations with the information that you have.
I think this one's maybe a little tougher.
For 3 dudes to figure out which dude can...
Yeah, exactly.
The notion of Tony Stark being unaffected by alcohol when it comes to his performance in the bed.
With all of these women, if he had a reputation for Whiskey Dick, then the word would get out very, very quickly.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm leaning Tony Stark because he's the funny one.
So my question sort of revolves around why would that be an attractive characteristic for someone to sort of uncontrollably go out at night and do what he's doing, as opposed to Tony Stark?
The question wasn't Batman versus Iron Man. It's Bruce Wayne versus Tony Stark. So in this court of law, we have to assume that we don't know about the Batman situation.
I have to say that I was not compelled by any of the arguments persuasively.
As the guys return from the locker room, will Bruce Wayne's social awkwardness be too much for Riley and Claire to overcome? Or will Tony Stark's whiskey dick shrink Roth and Jenna's chances? Let's hear what the guys decided.
Have you guys come to a conclusion?
Yes, Your Honor, a unanimous decision was reached. Unanimously, Tony Stark.
I'd like to thank the celebrity jury panel for all of their wisdom and guidance, and this case is adjourned.
All rise.
Stuff's happening. We're back outside the courtroom with the losing team here. Ladies, it was a hard-fought battle. How disappointing is it to lose a case like that?
I don't think it was fair at all. The jurors were all men. I don't think men know what women want. There was one woman on that jury.
I was mostly disappointed because we didn't have the time to build our case in the same way. And at the top of the argument, if we had known that the opposing side was just going to tear our person's character apart, then maybe we would have had the time to tear apart Tony Stark's instead of building up Bruce Wayne.
Well, there's always time on Twitter, #FanWarsDebate. Ladies, thank you so much. We're going to bring on the winning team. Thank you. All right, let's bring them in, huh? Oh, with male escorts. Better than female escorts. All right, hey, all right. Ladies, a heck of a win there. A tight-fought battle. What do you have to say?
Well, they definitely had a harder argument because everyone knows that Tony Stark would be a better hookup.
It's pretty much a given.
Yeah, we're not talking about a husband here. We're talking about a hookup at a fun party.
Sure. What you called Batman the douchebag of the DC universe. Care to expand?
I did call him the douchebag. But what I meant by that is that what Bruce Wayne is doing is a facade, and part of that facade is playing at being a douchebag. It's to hide his work as Batman, which is his real commitment. He really doesn't. He's a douchebag. Hang on.
All right, we're going to have to cut here. Ladies, congratulations on your win. We've got dogs going crazy. Back to the courtroom with Jace Hall.